There's brands that are like really focused at women.
Yeah.
There's brands that are really focused at, you know, like lifting weights or sporting or UFC and that sort of thing. And we just want to be like for the everyday person.
Yeah. Welcome to Behind the Brand, where we uncover the stories, struggles, and successes behind the businesses you love. Today, we are here with Penny Gibbs, the founder of MOXY Energy, to learn how it all started and what it took to bring their vision to life. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited you're here.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love your drinks when you came out with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to hear more about your story and what became of MOXY.
Yeah.
So when did you start your business? When did MOXY kind of become an idea?
So, you know, we launched it to the world in the summer of last year, but we really started it in 2024.
Okay.
So, you know, it was probably a year in the making before we actually brought product to sell to people. That was just, you know, formulating, finding places to formulate, figuring out what we wanted flavors to be, you know, all the things that go into getting it going. It was probably a year or so.
Okay. What were you doing prior to starting MOXY? Or are you still doing it?
I was going to say I'm doing the same thing now.
Yeah.
So I still work full time.
Okay.
I'm in sales, like technology sales in corporate America. Still do that. Love that job, but obviously the goal is to get to a place where I can be, you know, full-time. I am full-time in this, but I'm also full-time in that.
Yeah, so
you
you're
know
kind
how
of,
that goes.
Yep, you're juggling both right now. Yep.
You know, we're a new brand. Obviously, we understand it's not necessarily going to support somebody full-time like that initially. So that's the goal, is to get to that place.
Right. Okay. Cool. So tell us a little bit more about MOXY. Why did you start it?
Yeah.
How it kind of became a thing.
Yeah. So, you know, as long as I can remember, like at least 20 years, Brian and I both have drank energy drinks. Like that's sort of our thing. Yeah. It's terrible, but you know, that was what we did. And we've gone through all the different ones. And just over the last, I don't know, couple of years, we started getting smarter. We've always been into health and fitness, so we've always worked out. We've always cared about that part of it, and we've cared about nutrition, but just it's become more important. We are learning more, especially me. I'm a very curious person. I love to, you know, dive into things, and just over the last couple of years, we started eliminating different things from our diets. I got diagnosed with an autoimmune disease, so that changed, you know, different things that I ate and what I could do, and so, you know, we were getting rid of things based on ingredients. And I was like, ooh, I'm not willing to give up my energy drinks. Like, that's just, I love them. It's my vice. So I was like, well, I'm sure there's other things out there than the ones, you know, the traditional Alanis and Red Bulls and all of those. I'm sure there's other ones that don't have all of the, you know, artificial junk, because that's what they're loaded with. Artificial ingredients or high sugar or too much caffeine. Like, that was sort of what we were looking at. So I went out and started, you know, researching, ordering stuff, trying it. I couldn't find anything that we liked. Either it didn't eliminate everything I wanted eliminated, or it did, but it was more like just like a hippie tea drink, you know, or it didn't taste good. Like, you just couldn't find everything that you wanted. And so I jokingly made the comment, like, we should just make our own. And I'm much less risk adverse. Brian is more risk averse. He's like, yeah, you should do that. Like, let's do that. So without that, it would have just stayed a little comment and dream.
A thought.
And, but anyway, so then we just started researching, you know, how do you come up with your own drink? I'm imagining like myself with the big pot in the kitchen. Like, this isn't what I think we should
lab
do.
experiments.
I have goggles on, beakers, but that's not how it went. There are companies that will do that for you. So it was really that, and I think, you know, our kids have watched us drink energy drinks all this time while they're growing up, and you know, I've said this many times. We're not marketing to kids. Like, yes, I know we're not out there saying, hey, well, we want all these teenagers to buy MOXY. However, they're buying energy drinks.
They are.
Actually, one of the biggest consumer groups of energy drinks is between the ages of 14 and 19. So it's like, my thought was, let's at least provide a better option. And, you know, my kids are getting older, especially Mason, you know, going into high school, like, they want to drink energy drinks. And it's like, I can't be over here drinking them myself and then saying, no, this is terrible, you should, you know. So just all of those things kind of came together and motivated us to do it.
I'm going to say, the first time I tried it, I absolutely loved all the flavors. We actually did a little video and tried out every single flavor, and I was like, these are actually really, really good. And now I'm kind of hooked on them. I'm like, I have one every morning now, just because it helps me just kind of focus and, you know, wake up in the morning. It works better than coffee, and it's got that natural caffeine in it, which I love, because it's from green tea, right?
Green tea.
So yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know, because we've always drank energy drinks as well, and we've tried the different ones out there. There was one we had several years ago. I don't even think it exists anymore, but it was the only one we could find at the time that was healthy, because like you, autoimmune disease, that, you know, you have to watch all the things that you put into your body because it affects it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, no, I absolutely love that I know you, and the fact that you came out with this drink, and they're amazing. Like, that one's probably my favorite one. This one's probably my second favorite one, but they're all good. They all taste really good. So no, I love that you guys took that leap of faith and just decided to try it out and see. So what was the story behind your brand? Like, what made you decide to call it MOXY and come up with the brand that you have now? It's great.
Yeah. I have no idea. It just sort of,
I love it.
It just, like, I don't know, it appeared in my brain one day. Originally, like, if you go back to the beginning, we were talking about calling it something like G6 in terms of our family, like Gibbs and 6 people. But there's also like C4 and other. I was like, it's too, you know, too much of the same. I don't know where this came from. I truly don't. I thought of it, and then if you look up like the word and what it means, it talks about like spunk and confidence and some of these things, and I was like, I like it. Like, just giving you like a boost, and I don't know. And then it just kind of stuck. Like, we really liked it, and it sounded good, and it had a good ring.
I love it. I love too that it's got the X, that it's like almost like X marks the spot type of thing. So it's like, this is the one. You've arrived. This is it.
You're at the right place.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. And then what about the colors? What made you decide with? I mean, because there's pink, blue, and purple.
Yeah. So, in general, for the packaging, this kind of goes back to when I was looking and trying to find options that I liked, and knowing that I wanted, like, my goal was not to target women necessarily or men. Like, we had the mindset of, when we create the packaging, we want either or to want to carry it.
Right.
And we wanted kids to look at it and think, like, that's not kid. We know what I'm saying. Not children, but just, you know, teenagers that are out there buying them, right? Like, I didn't want it to look like this weird off-brand hippie drink. Like, I wanted it to be cool and trendy and fun, you know, like we did the slim cans, which are all the rage, and that sort of thing. We wanted it to be mass appeal, because I didn't, you know, some brands, and they've done it really well, but there's brands that are like really focused at women. There's brands that are really focused at, you know, like lifting weights or sporting or UFC and that sort of thing, and we just want to be like for the everyday person. So that was kind of the thought process behind it. And then the colors, they're sort of tied to the flavors that they taste like, somewhat. But also I just picked them because I liked them.
Well, and they work.
Yeah.
And I love it on the black background. It's, it just pops. So, no, good job.
Thank you.
You guys did an amazing job with that. What types of marketing have you guys used to help promote MOXY?
You know, a lot of social media, which I absolutely hate. Because it's mostly me. You know, it's very much founder driven if you look at our social media. So just a lot of educational type stuff on social media, just trying to get people to understand, like, what's the difference. And there's so many people out there that have said, oh, like, I don't do energy drinks, they give me the jitters, or I just don't like them, whatever. And many of those people who have like tried it are like, you know what, I actually like this, or I actually feel really good. You know, when I'm drinking this, I don't feel shaky or kind of that gross feeling that you can get with some of them. So,
well, and you don't have that crash either.
Yes.
Like with most energy drinks, we've had them. 2 o'clock hits. If you drink it in the morning, 2 o'clock hits, you're just done. It's like, okay, well, I need another energy drink to get me going for the rest of the day.
Exactly.
And this has been great because it's been sustainable energy all day long.
Yeah.
Like I can have one in the morning and be good until.
I love hearing that.
I love it.
Yeah. I mean, that was the goal, and I think. I mean, there are some thoughtful ingredients that lead to that, you know, that give you that sustained feeling.
So
and
go into that a little bit more. What are your ingredients and, you know?
Yeah, so I would say the kind of cornerstone ingredients that really make it up is obviously we have natural caffeine from green tea extract, only 150 milligrams. So most energy drinks that you find will be 200 to 300, depending upon the size of the can. So we lowered that some, but we combined that with L-theanine and with functional mushrooms, so lion's mane mushrooms. So those three things together, lion's mane mushroom, it's incredible for a lot of things.
It really is.
But it's really great for mental clarity and focus. Like that is responsible for that feeling that people say like, oh, I'm really alert, or I'm able to focus really well. It's not necessarily like I want to go rage clean my house, although you could do that, but it's not this like shot up, you know, boost of energy and then like you said, a crash. It's more of a gradual boost, but it's also a lot to, because for me, that's what I needed. I've suffered from brain fog and all these things, and I just needed something that would kind of clear the mind and help you focus at whatever you're doing.
Yep.
And so and the L-theanine helps to balance out the caffeine. So it's kind of what's responsible for making it a calming experience more so than like a jittery crash experience. The L-theanine does that,
Okay.
And then we also this was a big one for me that most people don't even know what I'm talking about when I talk about it, but this goes back to like when I figured out autoimmune disease and some other health things, and so I realized that most energy drinks and most supplements have a form of B12 in them that is synthetic, and if you are like me, I have like an MTHFR gene mutation, and if you're like that, which about 35-40% of the population are, you don't even really break that down in your body, so you don't even get to use it. And it's cheap though, which is why most people use it. So we did methylated vitamins, which just means they're in their naturally occurring form and your body can truly absorb them and use them. So I would say that's the other big thing that we did. That and just eliminated the artificial, right? We don't have artificial sweeteners. We sweeten naturally with stevia. We don't have preservatives. We don't have any artificial colors or flavors or any of that.
And there's no sugars.
No sugar.
Yeah, I love it, and it's gluten-free. All the things. It's all the things
vegan,
that you kind of, as an autoimmune carrier, you know, you want to make sure you don't have all of that stuff in it that causes inflammation. So that's the nice thing too with that. Awesome. What do you think sets your MOXY apart from the competition?
I would say that. I mean, I think that there are others now. Like, I'm not the only person that had this idea. There are not a lot out in a mainstream availability where you walk into, really there's very few, if any, if you were to walk into a convenience store and say, I don't want any artificial ingredients, I want methylated vitamins. Like, if you say all those things and you go in, you're not going to find it. But there are some that are trying. I don't really understand why they, like, half do it, though. Like, they'll take out artificial, you know, flavors and preservatives, but they'll keep artificial sweeteners, or they'll keep the cheap. I mean, I do know why. It's money. Because don't get me wrong. It's tough to make this and then make money on it, right? Because it costs more to use the better ingredients. Like, I get it. But people are trying, like, the world in general, I think you would agree, we're all starting to become more aware of what we're putting into our bodies. People are starting to care more. So other brands are doing this too. But in my opinion, we hit all of the, you know, parts of the you know, ingredient profile that you would be looking for if you were trying to be, you know, a much healthier version. And so I don't think there's a lot that are doing that actually taste good. That's important.
That is important.
Because a lot
you
of
have
them
to be
don't.
able to drink that.
That's right. It's not like carbonated water. Like
Right.
that's
Yeah.
I can't do those.
No,
You know,
yeah.
like I don't like sparkling. I don't
Yeah.
like any of those, like the LaCroix and things. A lot of times when you get into these like healthier energy drinks, that's what they taste like to me. And
Yeah.
I was like, no, that can't be it. I was like an
Yeah.
Alani girl. I like full flavor and
Yeah.
all these things. So I think it's got both of those.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, and you also developed little rings.
Oh, the Bear Hug.
The Bear
Yeah.
Hug
Mhm.
that go with the cans.
Yeah.
That can go like whenever you're in your car, you slip it over your can and you
Mhm.
put it in your cup holder for those big cup holders.
Yep.
So that way your can doesn't
Mhm.
slosh around.
Yeah,
Which
that,
is
and that
awesome.
was just like again, I've drank energy drinks forever, and at least in the last 5 years, they're always this kind of can. They're
Yeah.
a slim can,
Yep.
which doesn't go in a regular cup holder without like rocking around. And so
Yeah.
it was just one of those like, somebody should make something for this. But
And,
I didn't want
yeah.
that big bulky like cup holder adapter
Right.
that you put in. So
Yeah.
yeah, the rings are
They're
fun.
cute, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
easy to take with you.
Yeah.
Store. It's good.
I love it. Okay, so tell us a little bit more about your family and, just kind of just life in general.
Yeah, so we, my husband Brian and I have 4 kids.
Yep.
We have a 14-year-old, a 12-year-old, and an 11-year-old twin. So really went for it there. Lot of chaos, a lot of things going on, but also a lot of helpers when you start
Yeah.
your own business like this.
Yeah.
It's funny, and I have pictures and videos that I think are going to be really fun to look back on. But
Yeah.
they're out there like stamping boxes
I love
and
it. Yeah.
packaging orders that come through, and they're my little delivery people when we do local,
Yes,
gunner
they deliver
deliveries.
here,
They deliver
yes.
here. They're dropping it off on people's
I love
porches.
it.
So it's great to have, but also it's great. I mean, you know this because you've started your own business. Like it's great to be able to involve kids in that. It's
Yeah.
great to show them like, hey, you can do whatever
Work
you
ethic,
want. You
yeah.
can. Yeah, you have to work hard and it's not
Yeah.
going to be easy, but if you have an idea or there's something that you want to, some passion or dream you want to pursue, then do it.
Yeah.
So it's fun to
Yeah.
get to show them that. Sometimes they're excited to help and be involved and sometimes they're not,
Yeah.
but they do it anyway.
Yeah.
So that's, to your point, that's work ethic. So
Yep.
yeah.
Exactly. No, I love it too because I've watched some of your videos that you've posted where
Mhm.
the kids are taking them up the stairs,
Yep.
bringing in all of the new product and
Mhm.
storing it,
Oh, yeah.
and it's just kind of fun to see because I don't know, that's one of the things that I love with kids being involved in a business is teaching them so many things. I mean,
Mhm.
I grew up in a family where I had, my parents were entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So we were always in there helping pull flyers or
Yeah.
whatever it was, and it
Mhm.
it really does instill some work
It
ethic
absolutely
into
does.
them.
And those things like you see in those videos of us unloading,
Yeah.
pallets that take a lot longer without 4 kids that were helpful.
Right.
So it's good for multiple things.
I love it. I love it. What's something you wish you had known before you started MOXY?
I mean, it's not that I didn't know this was going to be a thing, but man, I just wish I knew more when it comes to the world of like social media and using influencers. Like I know it, I can post social media, but I'm not great at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not like I didn't know that going into it. I did. It's just I wish I had more knowledge and time to just get the knowledge or get better at it. And I know that will come. Like we said, like I'm still working full time. I'm doing all these things. And so, you don't have as much time as you want to dedicate to learning the parts of the business that you're not the best at.
Yeah.
Like you'll film a video that's 25 seconds long.
Yeah.
I'll spend 2 hours
Yeah.
cutting it, editing it, whatever. And then, you get 4 likes and 150 views. And it's like, great. I'm so glad that
I spent that much
I'm
time
so glad I
on
did all
it.
that. But, then on the other side, it's like, you gotta be consistent on social media. You gotta post it every day. So it's like,
It's crazy.
It
is
traumatizing how much time it takes. I get now, like for the longest time, I didn't really understand why people were, going to school and like learning to be social media managers. Oh dear God, like the first person that I will hire outside of my family is going to be somebody to take over all social media.
Train one of your kids and
Or that. They're going to
bring
grow
with
up
them
and
too.
do it
Exactly.
because I don't love it. I'm
Yeah.
not passionate about that.
Yeah.
I do it because I have to do it. But man, the amount of time it takes is certainly just a full-time job just for that.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So for now, it's a learning process for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No.
Gotta be on the camera a lot, and I love that, but
yep.
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, because it is kind of the world today, is being on social media and being in front of people and letting them know your story and kind of the behind the scenes look
that's
of
what they want to see.
Exactly. Yeah, and we've actually, I mean, it's been nice being able to work with you too. You know, we've been able to work with you on your marketing
all kinds of stuff
of items. Yeah, so your tablecloth and retractable banner and your t-shirts and so it's been really cool to be able to work with you on that kind of stuff.
Like this one?
Yes. Yeah, your screen
Yes.
printed stuff. I love it. So, but yeah, I mean, you have to almost reach out sometimes just to get that help where you may not have, that time or experience to be able to do that. So it's been awesome working with you on that stuff and just learning.
You've done a
more.
great job.
Thank you.
You'll do great work.
Running a business comes with challenges. What struggles have you faced and what motivates your difficult days?
I think that the biggest thing, and it's not even that I want to say it's a struggle, it's something, again, like we knew this would be the case, but we spent, it's been 8-9 months that we've been in business now. The biggest struggle I have is that I am the type of, let's get it done. Like, I don't have a lot of time for nonsense. I'm very fast paced. And so to have to understand and convince myself to accept the fact that you have to have realistic expectations. Yeah. Like, in my brain, why are we not in Target? Like, what's going on?
Right.
Why are we not in Whole Foods?
But you want instant.
I need instant gratification. Like, I need to get these things done, and that's just simply not how it works at all. And so I think that's the biggest difficulty for me is, like I said, I'm in sales in my regular life, and you control a lot of that process yourself, and this is no different. This is absolutely sales, but I feel like I have no control. Right. We're doing great. We're growing like you would want to grow and you would expect to grow online. Right. That's great. The biggest challenge for us right now is like trying to get into retail because that's our big goal. Like, people are ordering online and that's wonderful, but the barrier to order or barrier to entry for people is the shipping cost, which it's hard for me, it's hard for them. Like, it's expensive to ship drinks.
It really is.
And so, while D2C online is great and people are supporting it, I want to make it more available, more easily available. And I want people to have the ability to go in and buy a can and try it without having to commit to a case, right? And you can't do any of those things unless you're in retail. Right. And man, getting into retail is hard. Yeah. But I'm, again, like, I'm the type of person who constantly, like, if it's not happening as fast as I believe that it should, I assume I've failed. Like, I assume I've done something wrong. Like, I'm not doing it right. So I have to regularly remind myself that that's not real. Like, that's in your head. Yeah. And we're doing the right things, and it just takes time.
It does. So. Yeah. Yeah, and meeting more people. Yeah. And expanding your network of people.
And the other thing I didn't I watched Shark Tank. Like, that's where this all started. Shark Tank, in case we have to use this as my, like, audition video. My kids and I have watched every episode of Shark Tank that exists. We love it. We watch it as a family. So before MOXY was ever a thing, when it started becoming an idea, the kids are like, for sure you're going on Shark Tank. Yeah. They don't realize how difficult that is to actually happen. But,
sharks.
So it's on the table. But I'm known from watching that in the world of these type of products. Like, I understood that retail's difficult and all these things. What I wasn't prepared for, like, I recently went to my first big sort of trade show type event where we had a lot of,
I remember you
made me a lot of products for that.
Yeah, I remember you going for that.
And I had a lot of one-on-one conversations with retailers and distributors, and just the number in your mind as a person that's brand new to this world, you're thinking, I have this great product, like, let's talk about the possibility of you carrying it and see what that looks like. The possibility of them carrying it is, okay, we're going to charge you to go on the shelf, and then we're going to charge you for the promotions that we want to run. And if we want to do a sale for 2 for $5, you, supplier, are going to come out of the difference, not us, the retail.
Wow.
It's crazy. Like,
you don't make anything to be in
I don't make anything right now at all. Even online, but that's because too, like, and it's just, it's a vicious cycle.
Interesting.
It's a vicious cycle because, when you're new, unless you have loads and loads of capital initially, you're ordering in small quantities when you do your production runs. So your prices are higher.
Right.
And so even in the beginning right now, like if we have like a break-even day, it's exciting. Most days are a loss. And again, I have to tell myself, like, that is expected. This is not abnormal for this industry. But yeah, going into retail is
eye-opening.
It's fascinating in a horrifying way.
Right.
Because, like, and you hear them talk about that on Shark Tank, like, oh, first they say, like, beverages are the worst industry you could ever go into, and this is so horrible. And then they talk about retail and how hard it is. And I always thought, like,
there's
no,
it's
not that bad. It's that bad.
Wow.
But,
but for them to charge you to just be on their shelf.
Slotting fees is what it's called.
Wow. Okay, that's really eye-opening because I had no idea that they would charge you to be on their shelf.
Yeah.
And not even like...
And that's not for anything. Then there's others that... Yeah, like that's just to be... like I'm just paying you to sell my product.
I'm renting that space.
Yes.
Basically.
And
oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's just... There's a lot of learning involved.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that's mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's interesting. And I mean, it's not everyone, right? Like, it's not everywhere.
But still,
if you want to get into the big places, it is.
You're basically renting real estate on their shelves.
Yeah.
Interesting. On the flip side, what has been the most rewarding part of your business, with MOXY?
Easily I could say, like, the photos that I get tagged in or sent to me of people with the can, or the amount of joy my kids get out of, like, we walk into church and we're sitting there and somebody walks by with a MOXY can and they're like, Mom, I don't know that person. How do they know what MOXY is? Like, they get so excited.
I love that.
Or like we're out at a sporting event, or especially if we're like somewhere not in Gunner and they see one with, so they love it. But so do I. Like I for sure think it's just seeing people support, like, love it and support it and talk about it on social media. By far the most rewarding part.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that is kind of cool though too, where your kids are recognizing
like they think it's
like
I think it's cool.
Yeah, I get that one.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to share about MOXY?
I mean, I think we've covered it. It's it's been a wild ride, even though it hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
But it's been great. I mean, everybody that I get questions from, a lot of it is always like, how do you make a drink? Like, how do you do these things? That seems so hard and crazy. And I would just tell somebody, like, it's really, ChatGPT is like my assistant. Like, he and I've named him, his name is Charles. We check in every day. Like, I wouldn't even know how to run like a meta ad without ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Like, that's just,
That's where AI can actually be really helpful.
It can be, and it's also probably horrible. But you know what? At this point, I gotta use it. So it is what it is. But yeah, I would say just like go for it.
Yeah.
Like, whatever it is that you're thinking about or you want to try, like, there's never going to be a good time. You're never going to have enough money. It's kind of like having kids or getting married. Like, it's never going to be the exact everything is in place. So just go for it.
Yep. I love it. I love it. All right, so tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah.
And order some MOXYs and have them shipped directly to their door.
Yes. So all of our social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, it's all Drink MOXY. So you can find us there. Our website is drinkmoxy.com, which is, again, primarily, we're not on Amazon or anything yet. So if you want to order, it is online through drinkmoxy.com. And if you're local, you get free delivery by one of my children.
Yep.
And if not, ship it to your door.
Yeah, and if you ever need to buy an individual, there's a couple places here in town. MRO Sport here, one of our businesses, is we carry those individual cans that you can buy and try it out.
Taste them, try it out, see what you like.
And then I think also the
gas station has it here in Gunner. We've got a gym in Salina, so we're getting out there locally, slowly but surely expanding. We've got a gym in Van Alstyne. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming
Thank y'all.
on.
Thank you for having me.
Drink MOXY. already started. Okay. I'm still like trying to wake up. Sorry.
You need to drink more MOXY.
I do need to drink MOXY. I'm actually, yeah. I'm glad we edit. Can you stop? Thanks for joining us on Behind the Brand. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications for more real conversations with real brands. All the details on today's guests are linked below, so go check them out and give them a follow. We'll see you on the next episode.